Remembrance turns passing moments into lasting praise. So you have this moment, they're going to go through the Jordan River, and if you've ever been to Israel, the Jordan River is really not that big of a river. It's not like the mighty Mississippi. You get there and you're always a little like underwhelmed of like, okay, it's smaller than I thought it would be. But they had this time, and Jordan at this time was overflowing the banks. It was in the flood season time, so it was a mighty river. This isn't like they're just walking across ankle deep water. It's a big deal. And so he says, I want you to go back in and I want you to get these. So when your children ask, I want this to be a place of lasting praise. Lasting praise. They will always be a memorial to the Lord. Now, there's so many things that God does in our lives that we remember today and we forget tomorrow. And I really think it's a testimony of the humility of God that he lets us forget things that he did. I mean, he should be like, don't you remember? Don't you remember? Don't you remember? And he's so humble and most reverent. I could say that, and holy and humble. But there's things that God has done, so many things in our life. I mean, how many accidents have we been protected from that we didn't know about? How many things have happened that we didn't know were thwarted? How many attacks of the enemy did God just end before they even got to us? I mean, how many meteors are headed towards Houston that didn't make it? I don't know. But the Lord is so gracious, and we're so forgetful though, aren't we? We're so forgetful. And he says, I want you to take some things and I want you to turn it into lasting praise. I want you to put some things together that show and symbolize this is lasting. This makes a difference. I have at my home called what I call a God box. Everybody in our family has one of these. Just go to Hobby Lobby or wherever you like to go, get a box. Mine's about this big, and I have in it things when God does something, I just put it in the God box. I don't have to worry about filing. I don't have to worry about, I need to put this on the shelf and remember this. I just put it into the God box. And every once in a while, last night I just prepped for this message. I just went through the God box. I just started looking at things. I've got different things, events I've been able to be a part of. I have baptism day flyers that we've done here at our church and wrote down how many people we baptized. I've got the first flyer that was ever handed out to the church that said, you guys are getting a new pastor. And it was about us and our family, and just Grayson was like, 2 years old. I was like 6 years old. I mean, it was like so. I was like, we were both crazy for me saying yes and y'all saying yes. So, but it's in my God box right there, and all of these things, just sweet moments. Got some bulletins of some funerals that either I preached at or went to. That's just. I just need to put that in my God box. Because I want those things, I don't want to forget about them. I want to remember those things, even the challenging things. I had a journal I put in there that was, when I went through a really difficult season, last night I picked it up. I probably read, I bet 80% of the journal just last night sitting in a chair just saying, God, you got me through that. I forgot that was a problem. Oh yeah, I've forgotten that meeting. Oh, I forgot that. Lord, you got me through. You got me through. I just put it on my nightstand last night. I just sat it there on my nightstand and just went to sleep, just thinking about this message, saying, God, thank you for your faithfulness. I just wanted to that journal just sit on my nightstand last night and just remember, God's faithful. He's got me through it. He's gotten you through it. Let's take our remembrance that's just passing and let's make it lasting praise of God. Maybe it's a diploma that hangs on your wall and you say, I remember God got me through that school. Maybe it's a picture that's on your wall that you say, Lord, thank you for those kids or those parents or those families. Maybe it's a hat that just needs to be in a place that you just remember. I don't think about my grandparents all the time anymore. I don't see them. My papa died when I was 2 years old. I don't even remember him. I only remember pictures. And my pop, he died when I was, actually, I guess I was in my 30s when he died. But so I have great memories of him. I just got some stories with my papa. I just got some pictures with my papa. That's all I got with him. Now, all of those things, he's saying, I want you to not forget these things. These are going to be memorial stones and lasting praise. So we take a time out in our country. We say, hey, let's just take a time out. You know, people died. You know that moms grieved children? You know that dads stood at the coffin? You know that bodies came home with flags draped on them? You know that people ran into battle to rescue people, even to just get the dead body out of the situation? People died doing that. And for us to say, time out, hold on, put your protest signs down. Let's take just a breath of fresh air for a minute, and let's remember what got us to this point, and let's thank God for it. Hey, thanks for watching. To find out more about Houston's First, you can subscribe to our channel or you can go to houstonsfirst.org.